Well, hey, it's Rob again, and I'm still going through my huge collection of 8-track tapes that I found today at an estate sale. Disco, soul, funk 8-tracks, very cool stuff. Some of them even work. That's what I always say about 8-tracks. You might even find one that works. So, I'm just going to pop in once again to talk about bootleg 8-tracks. They were indeed a thing. Hey, what do you think? What do you think, Shug? You like that? You know? Oh yeah, bootleg. I'm gonna eat it. Anyway, so back in the day, you could find 8-tracks all over the place in convenience stores, 7-Elevens, that kind of stuff. And a lot of them in truck stops, a lot of them, of course, in smaller record stores, things like that. And bootleg 8-tracks were all over the place. I don't think I ever bought one. I could pretty much tell the difference and stayed away from them, but a lot of people did. They were cheap. They basically, had music on them like any other 8-track, just for a smaller amount of money. The downside, of course, was they were illegally copied. They were not paying back any royalties to the original artists. And, it's just something that people shouldn't have been doing. But apparently they were able to profit from it pretty well. And it went on for a long time. I've got a Facebook friend, and his dad ran a bootleg 8-track business. It was just a thing. People didn't even think about doing it. And, you'd have hundreds of titles. You would supply the stores. You'd go in every week and stock the shelves, and just like anything else. And I'm sure at some point, they would raid you or come in and toss them all in the trash. And then a week later, you just come back, of course, and, fill up the shelves again. So this is kind of fun. I'm just going to go through a couple of these here that are clearly not above board. Just tell you what they're like. And my cat is having a good time with one of them. So this one I showed you in the other video. I have never seen a gold 8-track cartridge. This is a Learjet stereo cartridge. Gold. I assume it's something you could buy off the shelf, and, maybe they did, or they bought it in bulk quantities. And, they would print out these labels, these stickers. Of course, before the days of computer printers, they had to have some kind of printing press to print these labels out, or, they went someplace that did it for them. This is Top Soul number 19. It's a very interesting tape. I just listened to it. It's in good shape, actually, and none of the songs on it are listed on the program. So, quality control was not the greatest for these bootleg guys. They just put music on a tape and whatever, and apparently, this one got the wrong label on it. It could have been recorded at home, but I'm pretty sure it was not. It came out that way. And interestingly enough, a couple of the songs, you hear the DJ introing the song. So they were taped off the radio and then edited, together probably on a reel-to-reel and then dubbed onto this. So at the beginning of one of the songs, I heard T, like the last call letter of the radio station or whatever. Another clue that this is a bootleg. You had to split tracks on these, and you can see right here, excuse me, Shook, that it says Rufus, it says part 1 on there, meaning that the song, should fade out between the tracks, fade back in once the track selector went from track 3 to track 4. This just goes straight through. This was just recorded flat out straight. It just goes right through the splice and keeps on going, keeps on trucking. And like I said, interestingly enough, totally different program material from what it says on the tin, but still very good. It sounds good. It's good quality. This Learjet is probably a good quality cartridge, but totally fake, phony bootleg. Who knows where it came from? I assume a lot of these came locally from Atlanta, and there may have been a neighborhood record store or wherever where they were getting serviced by, one of these bootleg dudes who was just making these homebrew in his garage, in his back room, whatever, and just, running a bunch of duplication machines 24/7, cranking these things out. This right here is Santana Abraxas, and this one that Sugar's having a good time with is Santana Abraxas Can you tell which one is the bootleg? Let's see. The one with the actual album cover on it that says Columbia Records on the back that has the names of the tracks. Or this one that's all on one sheet with a generic image of a lady and a guy about to get it on in the 70s or whatever. So clearly this is fake, phony, something that, they bought from some supplier somewhere. It was probably cheaper to buy in the stores, and a lot of people were happy to pay $2 or $3 less a cartridge and, get the bootleg one and think about it one way or the other. But so that is Santana Abraxas, is made famous by the Coen Brothers, A Serious Man. And this one clearly is not above board. What else do we got here? I've got two of them here that are by two different artists, but they have the same cover. This almost looks like that 70s show or something, but this is really the cover of these 8 tracks. One of them is Millie Jackson, and one of them is Super Gold Soul Spiritual. Obviously, doesn't even have its own individual picture on the front. Clearly a bootleg. These are from the Stereophonic Studio on Main Street in Louisville, Kentucky. They even got an address here. Sure, yeah, why not? Everything's above board here. We're just not paying any of the artists any of their royalties, and we're just stealing all the music and putting it on these types of cassettes, cartridges, 8 tracks. Finally, this one made me crack up here. This is Super Soul Volume 42. Again, another compilation of Stevie Wonder, different soul R&B artists, James Brown, Ike and Tina Turner, The Impressions. Good stuff on here. And if you look on the back, it says right here, and maybe I can read it backwards. No, it says Notice of Intention to use copyrighted material filed where necessary. The intention, they're intending to pay the royalties. All statutory royalties paid. Well, sure. How are you ever going to check, So, bootleg 8 tracks. They were indeed a thing. It's pretty funny. It's funny to come across them. Sometimes they sound okay. Sometimes they don't sound very good. Obviously, they are not put out by the record company, and nobody associated with it. Nobody associated with the 60 solid minutes of soul made any money off this other than the guy that was running off the dupes. And yeah, it was just part of the industry back then. And for better or worse, there wasn't a whole lot you can do about it. I mean, they still have bootleg DVDs. They had bootleg CDs for a while that you could buy on the street by, street vendors or whatever. But these things you could actually get in stores. All right. Running off at the mouth again. Just thought I'd pop on and tell you about these things. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.